When I started creating my goal folders, I really took the resources that I already had in my room and I separated them by I can. And that was step number one. And then I realized I have tons of resources for these I cans that instead of having them up on the shelf just as, you know, one thing or one box of activities, really dividing them into I cans for the kids and then saying, oh, I have all of these interactive activities, I have all these games, I have all of these practice pages, and I want, as a teacher, I want my students to experience all of them. All of these are incredible resources. I want my students to experience them, and that's where you give that choice to the kids. Here is everything that I have in this room on this topic. How do you want to learn it? How do you want to create learning? How do you want to create mastery with these resources? And it really just starts with taking an inventory of your own resources and separating that out, and then just start building over time. Just take an inventory of what you have. Spring creates and gives and provides a lot of awesome resources. It's about taking that and putting it on display so that the kids can always see it and access it, and not just me as a teacher. I hold all of the resources, I hold all the knowledge, and really just putting out everything that I have and saying, okay. I want students to be able to access, you know, creating accessibility throughout this room. No matter what type of learner you are, you have a space and you have resources that you can learn with here.
I'm going to tell you about the mastery levels. So a novice is a 1. That means you don't quite understand it yet, but you're going to get there. An apprentice means you're close, but you can make it with help. A practitioner means you've mastered it and you know you're on level. An expert means that you can explain it to someone else without help.
Step 2 would be to figure out a system that works for you as a teacher, about how is it that you want to teach the kids how to goal set, teach them how to track mastery. For myself, I created a mastery chart, which is a bar chart that has novice, apprentice, practitioner, and expert. And you put your I cans at the bottom, and then we track our mastery. And then if re-mastery happens, we move our chart up to the next level of mastery there.
1, I am starting to get it, but I am still confused. 2, I can do this with help or an example in front of me. 3, I can do this on my own. I understand. And then 4, I am very confident with this. I can teach someone how to do this.
Tweaking and creating and tweaking that resource so that the students can understand it, so that it's kid-friendly, so that the students know how to use it as a resource and they know what it means. So maybe getting a percentage on an assessment. Kids don't always understand what that means. They don't know, is this good? Is this bad? Did I do well? And so it can kind of just end up in the trash can, or that's it. I got this score, I must be done, right? But to be able to say, our I cans are all in a continuum. So if you didn't get that I can in December, can you get it in June? And let's bump up some levels of mastery, and having the opportunity to remaster all year long and to continue to build skills is such a gift that students have, to say, if I didn't get it that first time, hope is not lost. I can come back, I can show my growth mindset. I can have some grit and perseverance, and really as a Springs culture to say it is our expectation that we master these things. We're not just done with it after we teach it, but that it is as a whole, these are all of the things that we need to learn. And if you haven't learned it, let's do that now. Step 3 would be teaching the kids how to use it. So communicating with the kids, what is a SMART goal? How do we set a SMART goal? And really using that language with them, practicing with them, showing them examples, and showing them for months of training, really, every time you use that resource to say, okay, this is what this is the purpose of it, this is how we're going to use it in the classroom, and then walk them through, this is how you chart it. And if we don't, and always reminding them, just a reminder, we want to work towards remastery. So if you right now are not at a spot that you haven't mastered this content yet, that's okay. And you have the opportunity to do that over the course of this year, and really building that into them, that this is a continuum, mastery, remastery. This is a whole 5th grade year that we have to get what I taught in September, what I taught in February. It's okay if you don't get it right now. We have some time, but really taking the time to teach kids how to use them. I think that teachers will get these ideas, and because it doesn't work in the first month, or because it falls flat when you first try to teach it, or we started out really strong with that in September. We use that resource every day. Now we don't use it anymore, and it's just collecting dust. Really, it has to become a part of your everyday routine for the kids to get that it's important. So if it's a value in your class, you have to use it consistently, and really taking that, making it important, and making it part of the culture of your classroom, the language that you use, so that they really understand the opportunities that they have.
I like being in a mastery learning classroom because I think it just helps show you where you're at and how you learn, and if you need to work on that subject, and this really helps show you where you're really at.
I think step 4 is reinforcing, reteaching, helping students who maybe didn't get it at the beginning to really take ownership. I think everything about personalized learning is a continuum. So it's in regards to independent learning. You may not have been an independent learner at the beginning of the year. You may not have you didn't even know what that meant. So how can I take you from this space where you can't use this folder yet to now you're explaining to other people how to use this folder, now you're presenting it to your parents, now you are ready. It might be in May. Now you are ready and you know how to be an independent learner. And that's really what I hope to instill in these kids, is to give them the skills to do the things that we ask them to do. So not just say, come in and be successful, but really breaking that down into kid-friendly language. How is it that we do that? How is it that we line up at the door? How is it that we set an example in our school? How should we talk to adults, or how should we answer academic questions? And just giving them these life skills to go out and just be a world changer.